Hello, I'm Karen Myers, and I thought I'd take this time to introduce myself to you. One of your first assignments is for you to introduce yourself to us and to everyone in the class, and so I thought that Miss Matlock and I would do the same. So, as I said, my name is Karen Myers, and I have lived in St. Louis for about the last 6 years. I am a wife and a mother of one daughter, and I am the proud grandmother of two twin grandsons who are just about to turn 5 years old and will be going to kindergarten. So that will be an experience for all of us. I've been in higher education for now almost 30 years. I have a varied background. It didn't follow any particular path, but I did begin with a bachelor's in communication and theater, a master's in communication, and then I received my doctorate in higher education administration. It's a PhD, and I did my dissertation focusing on college students with visual disabilities. My research interest is in the area of disabilities, particularly in college students, and I have done some work with not only research studies but also some articles, and my goal, actually I've written a couple little books on disability, but my goal is to write a case study book for disabilities in higher education. So we'll see how that goes. My background, as I said, has been varied. I started in communication, but I started as a communication teacher, and then in college, and then I decided to move to an administrative position in orientation. And so since then I have been from the East Coast to the West Coast. I have been at Villanova and Penn State in the East Coast. I have been at the University of California, Irvine on the West Coast, and then in the central United States, I have been at Illinois State University, Southeast Missouri State University, Western Illinois University, and now at St. Louis University, where I am a faculty member. Besides being in communication and orientation, I was also the director of new student programs, where I developed first-year learning teams and the first-year introductory course for first-year students and transfer students. And even with the learning teams, we had sections for adult learners and athletes, and we even looked at having a couple sections for students with disabilities. So we were trying to look at different identity areas as well as just freshmen together and transfer students together. So that was an idea, and so it's something worth pursuing, but it's also something to talk about in this particular class, since we do talk about student development and student identities. The other thing I guess I would like you to know about me is that I am legally blind. And what that means is that I have extremely low vision, and I'm particularly sensitive to light. So I wear dark glasses a lot and use many magnifiers to see. And I tell you this because if I do happen to see you and I don't recognize you, that might be one reason. But I also require papers to be in a certain font and large enough so that I can see it, as well as emails. I like that to be in a larger font and an Arial font. And as you learn from the materials, we'll be talking about universal instructional design. I do not only a proponent of universal design, but I have also written on that and studied it and been at trainings and do trainings myself on universal design, and which makes things accessible to all people, so accommodations aren't specifically needed. And in this case, and in your class, what I would like you to do is use a larger font and an Arial font or a sans serif font, which means it does not have serifs on it, such as Times Roman, because these are easier fonts for people with visual disabilities, and some learning disabilities and cognitive disabilities to read. So this is one way that you can provide support for universal design. And I guess some of the other things that I would like to let you know is that my interest in higher education and student development started years ago when I was a student and when I was involved in different areas of the university, different organizations, and theater. As I said, I was a theater major, so I was very involved in that. But as I got more involved in teaching, I started assisting with orientation and as a faculty member, and I found that fascinating. And so then I changed over from academic affairs to student affairs, working in orientation and first year experience. And then my last position, I've also been director of disability services at a couple institutions, and my last one was at UC Irvine, and where I was also assistant dean of students. And so then I decided to become a faculty member full-time and teach in this program at St. Louis University. So that gives you a little background. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to email me, and I'll be happy to tell you more about it. Thank you.